Hi, I'm BwoyWonder, entertainer, educator, party igniter, and all-round creative. Every year since the 60s, millions descend to this quaint corner of West London to wind up their waist, have a little or a lot of drink, and experience this event. I took to the street to speak to the people who make Carnival what it is.
Because me a fi get a young girl fi organ fi old fi go love up and squeeze her up when the night cold. I go heights up her 2 foot like 2 flagpole. Cause me don't drop me balls ready fi go score goal. Ever see me? Me gone pan a young girl patrol me woulda. I sup her loving like a tight rig man roll me bucka. A pretty girl like Natalie Cole coulda muggle front page up in a center folder. Dance go round the center pole. The offers never doing told. Hey, the Empress love how the ample improve. Me and the satiety me say go on a stroll. Me a rockin' on the road.
Hey, you don't know about triumphant.
Cool,
that's
man.
the anthem. Hey,
Cool, man.
lovely to meet you, sir. Have a wicked Notting Hill Carnival.
Likewise, my brother.
Bless
Never
up.
tell a lie. Up in the world.
Speaking with Levi Roots, I was inspired by the cultural significance that Carnival holds for somebody like him. Carnival was more than just a festive backdrop for Levi. I found out it was the launchpad for his entire career. Testing his initial recipes on the crowd at Carnival, it was then he was able to generate income and build a brand. Levi's story is mirrored in the experiences of countless food vendors at Carnival. People who see it not only as a party, but as an entrepreneurial breeding ground.
Well, I'm Levi Roots, the Dragon Slayer, Lord of Mercy.
Hey, so Levi, I know you must be a veteran of the Notting Hill Carnival. What would you say has changed in the many years that you may have been involved in this beautiful festival?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is what one of Jamaica's greatest hero, Marcus Garvey, says, that a people without knowledge of his past is like a tree without root. And I say that because this is a knowledge of my past being back here at the Carnival. Because this is where I started. Everything started for me on the streets here, making my products at home with my kids and coming to the Carnival and meeting all these wonderful people. And it's them that actually give me the enthusiasm and encouragement to take it further. And now I'm proud to say that reggae sauce is the second biggest selling sauce in the whole country.
Tell them again.
Only behind Heinz.
Tell them behind Heinz.
Only behind Heinz.
Blood
and
fire.
it's these people here in the Carnival and people around the country that's allowed me to do that.
How important is it for you to embed culture, whether it's food, music, art, in the UK?
Well, I think you are your culture if you embrace it. And I remember when I was going into the Dragon's Den, I did ask a lot of people that should I take the guitar. And people were saying, no, don't take the guitar. You know, go like how the show had always been.
Right.
That you go and you stand in front of the Dragons and you make a speech and that's it. But I want it to be me. You know, I want it to be the Rasta man, the Jamaican,
Yes.
and the chef.
You wanted to represent the culture
I wanted
and you.
absolutely to embrace my culture and not just sell the sauce, but to sell my culture, my Jamaicanism and everything to do with that. And I think that was the real reason for my success.
And I honestly believe it worked because I want you to also give a piece of advice to anyone that might be in a very similar situation, whether they're putting themselves up in front of, whether it be the corporates, the giants, or just trying to knock down doors. What's one kind of advice that you could tell people going into that situation as you were?
Don't undermine who you are by comparing yourself with someone else. It's because we are all different, why each of us is special. So don't set your goals by what other people think important, because only you can be the best of you. So be yourself. It's easier than pretending to be someone else.
Absolutely amazing. And on that note, make sure you also taste some of this Levi Roots Caribbean Crush. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna get waved, that's cool. But if you wanna refresh yourself, hey, it's Levi Roots. Hey, bring that in, bring that in, bring that in, bring that in. All right, so, ladies and gents, not everyone can handle the spice, all right? But Levi Roots has the device, and that is reggae sauce, all right? That's the reggae jerk sauce. It's for everyone's palate, no matter where you're from. That could go on jollof, he said. Of course it can go on.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Let me ask you one more question as well. Now, we're not far from the Grenfell Towers. How important is it that we commemorate those that lost their lives, and how important is it that Notting Hill Carnival aligns itself with that tragic situation?
Absolutely, and I think that we should never forget that we're always here at the carnival for a reason other than just dancing, drinking and eating. Because this old carnival started because of some uprising, because of some oppression that's been forced on our people. And it's the same thing with Grenfell here. I think that while we're here, we need to have one mind that we are here, yes, at the carnival to enjoy it. But on the other, we need to remember that there are more important things that we need to think about. And of course, Grenfell Tower is just quite close by.
Of course, yeah.
And I think the memories of that should always be ringing through, even while we're dancing and enjoying ourselves at Carnival.
Absolutely. I also want to ask one more question. Plantain or plantain?
Well, I'm a Jamaican, so it has to be plantain.
Okay, that's one thing you can't do is pronounce plantain correctly, but that's cool. It's Mr. Levi Roots, ladies and gentlemen, and this is Carnival.
With hits like Into and Texting, West London musicians Western have shaped the soundtrack of the late 2010s. I met up with Louis from Western, where we talked about the importance of grassroots culture at Carnival and a sense of accountability that artists feel towards their community.
You know this is your backyard.
Yeah,
I want to ask you, what's changed from when you were a young star in Carnival compared to now? What would you say is some of the changes you've seen over the years coming to Notting Hill Carnival?
Probably a lot more vloggers.
Talking about us?
No, your culture. Your culture.
We're people. We're culture, not vulture.
Yeah. But that's all good. Yeah, I don't know, man. Same kind of vibes always, man. The heart of Carnival's love and artfulness, you know.
Do you know one thing I miss about Carnival from a little while ago? We used to have more stages for acts.
Okay, yeah.
And I've realized that there's less of that these days. You know, an act would come on. I'm not just talking like the one or two bait ones. I'm talking about like,
big.
every stage had an act coming on, especially the local talent.
Yeah.
Is that something that you want to see a return of, just to kind of like push some of the local talent when you're in the face, in front of like however many millions of people?
100%, man. I think Carnival is good at it, to showcase our roots, where we come from, celebrate the culture. And I'm all for touching the people, you know what I'm saying? Just 10 toes down, just walking amongst everyone, you know? It's organic, you know what I'm saying? This is mine's ends.
I also want to ask, how important is it that the people who come here remember the Grenfell tragedy, and how do you think is the best way to commemorate it at the same time?
Well, I guess it's all in your heart, man, you know? I can't speak for other individuals, but for me, it's near and dear to my heart, you know what I'm saying? It's local, involved in all the foundations, you know what I'm saying? Grenfell FC, big up the people, them, just the man, them doing big things, doing great collaborations, and yeah, man, just be a bit, you know, be a part, just
I love
in your heart, man, that's it, man, organic, man. That's
absolutely amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary, the one, the only, man like Louis.
Just a few minutes from the famous Tabernacle, I met a family that travelled over 200 miles from York to introduce their 3 daughters to Carnival.
With these 3 lovely sisters. Ladies, where are you from?
York.
Is it your first time at Notting Hill Carnival?
It is, yes. It is.
First time ever?
Yeah.
All right, what are you most looking forward to at Notting Hill Carnival?
I mean, the parade down at Ladbroke Grove is pretty cool, I have to say. Yeah, probably same. Yeah, looking forward to the parade.
All right, can we get Mummy and Daddy in here in the shot as well, please? Come, get in there, Mummy and Daddy. Get in the shot, Mummy and Daddy. Right, take center stage. Right, Mummy, Daddy, first time at Notting Hill?
It is, first time at Notting Hill.
I love his voice. He sounds like a Channel 4 newscast reader. Right, Mummy.
No, not my first time.
Oh, Mummy's been here before. All right, so what made you bring the whole family back out again?
It's just an incredible atmosphere. It's such a special part of the world. Just the love, the food, the culture, everything.
Can you please tell them, because these are the newbies, the favourite thing that you've had to eat at Notting Hill Carnival?
Definitely curried goats.
Oh,
You guys, you're ready for a treat.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Daddy, are you ready to spend some money?
On curried goat, definitely.
That's what we like to hear. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Notting Hill Carnival.
Jedi spoke strongly on how Carnival isn't just a celebration, it's a catalyst for deeper conversations about representation, whether in the media, the justice system, or society at large.
It's nice that individuals that are taking part in the carnival want to show their love, but it's not obliged to. It's not, do you know what I mean? It's not obliged to. Do you know what I mean?
So what do you think the government in itself can be doing if not Notting Hill exactly? It sits not far from here, but what do you think needs to be done, if anything?
They just, look, simply, yeah, treat the people that own these buildings, the people that put the cladding up, treat them like you treat the normal man when it comes to the law, yeah? Right about now, people are not getting prosecuted.
Yeah.
So when the families are asking for justice, I think they want people to go to jail, and no one's getting prosecuted, no one's being made liable. So obviously that's not really nice, is it? But we should be used to that. We should be used to one rule for them, one rule for us, yeah? Grenfell was the original spokesman for two-tier policing before Tommy Robinson and them man started crying that the police weren't fair to them, yeah? You can see how, that block is just over there, filled with Arabs and black, working class white folks, yeah, the underclass, and no one cared about them. Because the rich people around there didn't like the way the building looked, they went and put cheap, flammable cladding on the building, and it went up like a box of matches, and no one was held accountable, no one's been arrested, and that's ridiculous.
Carnival is really more than a street party. It's a cultural export, a conversation starter, and a place where family and friends come together. And in a world recently filled with conflict and misinformation built to divide us, what do we have left to unite us? It's a bigger question that we can fit in this short documentary, but while we're thinking about the answer, maybe we should crack open a can of Red Stripe, catch a consensual wine whilst thinking, for now, this is Carnival.
Yeah, from afar, what you know, say me real. Most man, you fake that the man are not real. Move like y'all, man, fi come out the fields. Me no reach it down, still ya bill. Life like a movie, then my watch me like film. Stacking up the money in the bank and I chill. Won't stop until me have a husband and heal.